Unit 4, Lesson 6 homework. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Right into it. 87 times 365 using the standard algorithm. Let's get into it. The first thing we want to do, just to get this out the way, let's go ahead and put our placement 0 in the second row under our ones place. Not this row, our second row. And the reason we're doing this is because when we get to our second row, when we get to 8, we're not just multiplying 8 times all of these. It's the equivalent of multiplying 80 times all of it. So when you multiply something by 10, all you're doing, all it really does is add a 0 to your answer. So let's go ahead and put that 0 down here so we don't forget. All right? Now we can get started. Let's start with our ones place. Let's do 7 times 5. Y'all been doing your web math minute, so I know you should be at 35. I know all my times tables. 7 times 5 is 35. So let's drop our 5. Okay? Raise our 3. Okay? You always want to drop the last number. So if it's 35, drop the 5. If it's 74, drop the 4. Okay? So if you're ever having trouble trying to figure out which one you want to drop the last number. All right? So we got 7 times 5 is 35. We raised our 3. Now, 7 times 6 is 42. But you got to add your 3, which makes it 45. Drop our 5. Raise our 4. All right? And now, let's see. Now we got 7 times 3. 7 times 3, you should know, is 21. I'm not going to say it. And you do something for a man. All right, no. 7 times 3, which is 21, plus 4 is 25. And we'll just drop that whole thing. Boom. So we got our whole first row. We in good shape, okay? You look at this. We did 7 times 365. We got 2,555. So let's go ahead and cross out the numbers that we, like, you still want to be able to see them, but I don't want to confuse them when we do our next number, so I cross out the ones that we, carried. So now, we got our placement 0, so we don't have to think, okay, we're multiplying 80 times all these. When we put that down there, it made it to where it multiplied, it turned our 8 into an 80 by itself. So now we can treat this 8 as just an 8. All right? So let's talk about it. 8 times 5 is 40. So drop your 0. Raise your 4. All right, now let's do the next one. 8 times 6 is 48. But it's 48 plus 4, which is 52. Let's drop our 2. Raise our 5. Okay? Now, our final one. 8 times 3 is 24, but it's 24 plus the 5. 24 plus 5 is 29. So we're going to put boom, boom, boom. Notice how everything is so neat. It's almost like everything almost has too much space. In my opinion, I'd rather you have more space than not enough. Okay? Spread them out. Spread them. Keep them spread. Okay? All right, let's go. I want you to be able to, if you wanted, to be able to draw a line straight down so that you don't have any problems trying to figure out placement value-wise, okay? This makes these numbers so easy to add because everything's right in uniform, okay? Now we're going to go from right to left. 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 9 plus 2 is 11. Let's drop our 1. Raise our 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. So our answer is 31,755. Okay? Let's not waste any time, because I don't know if y'all hear my voice. I sound like a frog. I hope it's just allergies. I'm praying it's just allergies. Either way, it's okay. But I know I sound crazy. Like I can't even sing like, oh. I can't even sing like how I really be wanting. Y'all know I love singing. I love singing, but my voice, it just sounds crazy. And sorry for the technical difficulties. I think we're back good. All right, we're good. All right, let's see what this problem is. All right, we did. Now, 67 times 293. Notice how much space I am putting between these numbers. This is done purposely, and you will do the same thing because you want to keep things neat. First thing we want to do, let's just get it out the way. Our second row, let's put our placement 0 so we don't forget, okay? And I've already explained in the past videos, our placement 0 is so that when we do this second number, because this second number is going to dictate our second row. But this is not just a 6. It's a 6 in the tens place. So it's like it multiplies everything by 10. And when you do that, it adds a 0 to your number. So instead of us having to think of multiplying 60 times all these, we can just go ahead and add our 0 down there, and it multiplies the 10 for us. And now we could just, when we get to that part, we can just do 6 times all of those. That makes sense? Okay. It doesn't really matter because if you had a question, I can't really hear you. Okay, let's go. So we got our ones place. 7 times 3 is 21. I've already worn out that the Drake 21 Savage joke, so I'm not going to say it. Can you do some? Never mind. 7 times 3 is 21. We'll drop our 1, raise our 2. 7 times 9. I know you've been doing your web math minutes, so you know that's 63. 63 plus 2 is 65. Let's drop our 5 and raise our 6. Okay? You always drop the last number. All right? 65, drop the 5. If the answer was 22, drop the 2, raise, well, that's a bad example. If the answer is 71, drop your 1, raise your 7. Okay? So drop the last one. Drop the last number. Okay? So, where are we at? 63, 65. Okay, now we need to do 7 times 2 is 14 plus our 6. Don't forget. So that equals 20. So we got our first row, 2051. Let's go ahead and cross out the numbers we carried so we won't get confused when we do our second row. So now we got our placement 0. We're ready to roll, okay? 6 times 3 is 18. Drop your 8. Raise your 1. 6 times 9, 54. Plus 1, which makes 55. Drop our 5. Raise our 5. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 5 is 17. We're going to drop the whole thing. Now we are ready to add. And we're not going to have any trouble adding because we've been so neat and we have such great spacing with how we did everything. Look, I could literally draw a line down here because my ones place, oh, it's so beautiful. The tens place, it's just so beautiful. It's got so much room and space. Makes me feel comfortable. Don't you feel comfortable? All right, so here we go. And then we got our everything's got its own space. We're ready to add. No confusion. 1 plus 0 is 1. 8 plus 5 is 13. Drop our 3. Raise our 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. 7 plus 2 is 9. And then we got our 1. So look, we're dealing with some big old numbers now. Okay, so the spacing is everything. Everything. Spacing is everything. Okay? Let's talk about it. Our answer is 19,631. I'm proud of y'all. You did a real good job. Okay, now you will go on to answer question 3 all by yourself. 89 times 412. Use the standard algorithm and check your answer with the box method. Okay? No excuses, because you just saw me answer 2 of them. Just use the same strategy that we just did with these different numbers and check it with the box method. If you're having any trouble with the box method, y'all already know I got problems in the past. Pull up one of those homework videos. Pull up the homework video where we've been dealing with the box method. Yeah. All right.